So dictionary is a collection of on order of items, like on order items. When they say on ordered, it means the items are not, like they don't have indexing. Like just like we talk about in lists, we talk about in tuple, talk about that they're actually indexed. That means they have number, so we start counting from 0, right? So but in dictionary they are not indexed, they are not numbers. So what I will do now, let me just comment out this and come here. So I've showed us before in the overview. So in dictionary you can see profile equals to, you use curly brace to represent dictionary, which is this. So this is the opening curly brace, this is the closing curly brace. So that is what you use to represent dictionary. So inside you now pass key value pair. So we have key, then colon, we have value. So that is key value pair. So in other words, a dictionary contains series of key value pair. So the first one is the key, the second one is the value. Then in between, you use colon to separate them. So you can put comma here and put another key value pair. I'll just Ctrl C and paste it here. So this is a structure, or should I say a format of a dictionary. It can be long anyway, but you use comma to be separating the previous one from the next one. So that is how a dictionary is. So what are some areas of usage of this dictionary? As you learn coding more, you will come across what we call session management. When somebody is using a mobile app or a website, when the person is on it, you want to store the person in what we call user session, so that if the person leave the app and come back again, it can continue from where it stopped, one, or you can identify the user without the user needing to log in again. So you can know that, okay, this is the same user, so you store his session. Also, you can use this dictionary for site configuration. So when you are building site or mobile app, you want to be able to configure things, so you use it also to configure. With time, you also come across what we call JSON data, which is JavaScript object notation, JSON, like something like this. I call it JSON like this. JSON like this. So JavaScript object notation. So you also come across something like this. So it's also a series of key value pair. So just take note of that. So I'm going to be going over some method now that you can use in dictionary. So what I will do, let's go to our terminal here. So because of the tutorial sake, I will not want to be, as in the time is already going, we're already taking much time. So let me just use the interactive share. So make it shorter. So I will type my Python here, press enter. So inside this interactive share now, let me start with showing us something. So let's say something like user info. So like this thing is not new to us now, right? This is just the variable name, user info. While this part is the curly braces opening and closing. The inside you are going to have key value pair. So I will say username, say Isaac. Let me just change it to double quotes, but it's not a must, it's not needed. So we have email. So what I just did now is that I created the dictionary. I call dictionary name user_info. Inside the dictionary, I have username, the value is Isaac, which is key value pair. I have email, the value is isaac@gmail.com. So you should know that dictionary is mutable, unlike tuple. Tuple is not mutable. So like you cannot alter, you cannot update the value of a tuple. I will tell you that the highest you can do, you can retrieve. But when you come to dictionary, just like you do in lists, most of those things still work in dictionary. You can copy one dictionary to another dictionary. Like you can copy one dictionary to another variable. Like have a copy of the dictionary. You can clear a dictionary. You can add to a dictionary. You can remove from dictionary. You can delete a dictionary. Clear it. So all those things still work here. So let us just look at them, just like we did in list. Let me say, if I say user underscore info and press enter, it returns the dictionary. So this is the dictionary we'll talk about here. So it returns dictionary. But what about if I say user underscore info dot clear? So remember what this thing does when we were doing a list. It cleared the dictionary. Press enter. Now let us print out user underscore info. You see it does not contain any more item inside. So just take note of the clear. What I'm just going to do now, let me just copy this and create it again. User underscore info equals to, let me just create it again for the tutorial sake. So user underscore info. Now you see it is this dictionary, right? This is the dictionary. So let's talk about another method. If I want to copy the dictionary, I can say new underscore info equals to, just like we did when we were doing lists, user underscore info. So user underscore info is a normal dictionary that we know, which is this one here. So if I say dot copy, so what it does is that it copies this dictionary to this variable. This is a new variable I just introduced. So it copies this dictionary, user underscore info, using this copy method to this variable. So let me press enter. So now if I should type new underscore info, you see that it now contains the same values as the user underscore info, because I have just stored, as in get a copy of it, right? So there are some other things you can also do to dictionary. Like if I say, if I want to add new dictionary now to it, I can say user underscore info. Inside square brackets, I can put the name variable. I can say age equals to 20 and press enter. So now if I now say new underscore info and press enter, you notice age now is now a part of the dictionary. So you can see now we have age here as part of the dictionary. So let's see another scenario in which you want to create a new dictionary from key. You know, there are some websites or there are some mobile app that you will register, and they won't ask you for your date of birth, they won't ask you for your country and some other information like your phone number. They will just make it, they can make it blank, or they can store a default value for it. Then later, only you can go there and update your profile. So in scenario like that, how do they undo it? So they can say they can have keys. Now you remember I said key is like the name. So we have key, we have the value. So they can have key, and the key can be, let's say, address. So they don't know your address, and they don't know, let's say, DOB, which is like date of birth. So they don't know your address, they don't know your DOB, but they need to store this information in their database concerning you. But you do not provide this information when you were registering. So they just have no other option than to store a default value for it. So what they will just do, they will just say, you can see something like default, let's just say default dates, which is like default dictionary, but or you can also say profile. So but what they will just do, they will use this dates function, dates dot from keys. So dates dot from keys. Let me turn this key to small letter. D dot from keys. So in other words, form a dictionary from these keys. So d dot from keys, so you pass the keys inside. So once you pass the key, you just put a default value of none. So it's trying to say the default value we are saving to a dictionary is none. So press enter. So now if you should run default dates and press enter, so the address is none and the dates of birth is none. How about a scenario in which you want to get the user email or the user username, something like that? So let me use this other example. Remember, we have this example, which is user_info. If I press enter, this user_info is a dictionary that contains username as Isaac and email as this. So now we want to get the email. How do we get it? We have another method that we use. I can say I can say something like user_info dot get. Now this user_info is this variable here. That is what I have here. But dot get is not the method I'm using now. So what do dot get does? So dot get is just for you to pass the key you want the value for. Now I want the value for a specific key, and the key name is username. So this is the key. This is the key I want a value to be passed for. So, but you can also put another argument here, which is like if this key, if the value for this key is not found, what will it return? So you can say no email provided. So that means there's no email in this space. Let me press enter. You see it return Isaac. So because why? The user_info dot get this key. So but if this key is not found, it will return this. So for this key to be found, value will be attached to it. So how about if you want to return the values or the keys, or let me say you want to return the dictionary itself? So we have another method called .keys. So if I say user, like, okay, let me press up. So remember we say user_info. Now if I press enter, you see what it return? Username and this. What about if I say user_info dot keys? So dot key mean give me the list of keys. So the keys are username, email. What about if I say dot value? So dot values. So it returns the values. The values are Isaac. So you see, all these things we are just doing, they are just retrieving. So we can also use the one like .pop. As you already know, pop will remove the last item. So I can say user_info. So I'm to say dot, but I can say .pop, like pop. But when you are using pop, you can say, okay, is it the item you want to? So pop item, then you pass any other parameter into it. But when you just use this one, it's going to remove the last one. So if I press enter, you see, pop will remove it and return it. So this is what it removes. The email equals to this, which is the last item in the list. So it removed the item. So we also have some other methods that apply to dictionary, like updates. Like if you're using update, you are trying to add another dictionary to another dictionary, like add a new dictionary to an old dictionary. For example, you see user_info already contains just username, which is Isaac. So you already contain just only one value, right? Like one key value pair, right? So now if I want to update it, it's like I want to add another dictionary to it. I can have a new dictionary. I can call it maybe something like let me see, info. Let me just call it info, and say the info is date of birth. So date of birth can be 20. Let me say 20th July. So then we can say address. Let's see USA, and press enter. So this info now is a new dictionary on its own, right? But you want to use it to update user info. So what we just do, we just say user_info dot update. So inside this update, you pass the this info variable, put it inside. So we have like this and press enter. So now if we should call user underscore info now, you see it now that it now have the date of birth and address inside it. So these are just some of the method that applies to dictionary. So now let us move over to sets.